Hola amigos, welcome to Life for Living Well channel. Please subscribe to keep the channel going. You can also check us out by visiting our website on www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Sit down and enjoy the helpful topic for this week. Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life from Living Well. I hope you all well this week. My name is Richard, and before I dive into the topic for this week, can I quickly say that thank you for those who are saying mail for the last few weeks. I have not been able to respond back to you, so I'm going through it one by one. And my schedules have been a bit tight, but it's coming lighter now. And thank you so much. If you like to know or support this community, you can check us out on our website to find out more information about Life for Living Well. And if you just tap it on your browser, www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you also would like to write directly to me, you can just send your email to Richard at lifeforlivingwell.com, or you can send it to our community email, and one of us will pick it up. Is hello at lifeforlivingwell.com. So let's get started. I have a totally different topic for this week, and I'm going to try to go through it step by step, and it's more going to be explanatory of this topic. So the topic I have for us this week, I call it overcoming adversity. And what brought this topic and why this particular topic is looking to what collectively happened in the last 3 years in the world, and looking at how different kind of people handle it. Not even mention what exactly we going through as individual in our own personal world, but how do we overcome adversity? How do you yourself, that you listen to me right now, or you're reading this on our blog, how do you think you overcome adversity, and what adversity have made you or turn you to right now? So let's get started. So the topic I have, I call it overcoming adversity. If you are reading this or listening to the podcast right now, no doubt you may have overcome one or many adversities in your life already. One thing that is sure is that you will face many of them as long as you are alive. There's no shortcut to this. As long as you are alive, you will come across different adversity, different challenges, and running away from them, it will not be an option if you're still alive. The question is, how do you overcome adversity? Particularly like when I meet new people, I personally don't like small talk too much. So I personally just go deep down after they are comfortable to talk about themselves. After we establish connection and we get to know each other, and sometimes it takes them unexpectedly and it requires that they have a deep thought before they actually respond to my question. And it's becoming like a reflection for them, but also a tools to do like a inventory of who they have become as a result of that. So the question is, how do you overcome adversity? The good news is that there are a few tools and habits that can help you navigate it much better that you may not already know. There are people that have deployed these tools into their own life and had helped them to handle adversities much better. Many of those people were celebrated individually today just because of remarkable results of their innovations and achievements. You might have read about these people. You might even be lucky enough to know one or two people like this. I saw a quotation somewhere. I don't actually know who this original word come from. He said, "Don't let your setback make you bitter, but make you better." It's a tough things. And it's true, because anytime your adversity or challenge make you bitter, you actually lose a lot because you push people away from you, which is self-sabotaging, and it's not something that you really wanted to do, but you do it anyway because you are developing a self-destructive habit, and you let your situation driven you. In the case of you have nothing, some people will say to me, I don't have money, I'm not lucky, my parents were poor, I brought up this, I brought up that. Listen to them. The question I always ask them is, what do you have? They said they don't have anything. And I'm looking at this person. He has a good head. He's young. He has time. So, and I said, you have a lot already. Start with what you have. And he keeps saying, I don't have anything. And I sat him down again. And I said, you have time. You have extra 8 hours every day, apart from the time you go to work, the time you sleep, and then you spend with your family. You still have 8 hours. What do you use it for? And I also have some acquaintances that ask me, how do you have time to do all those things that you don't? I said, no, I don't. We have the same 24 hours. How do you use your 24 hours? And we go through it and realize where he's linking his time. It's like a bucket that have a lot of oil. It might not appear to you, but if you pour a lot of water to it and you left it for a while, what will happen is that those water will drip off. So the same with adversity, the way it makes us think, can make us think more productively, or it can make us think in a way that's so poor that it's even affecting our life. Is this what we want? I doubt that this is what we want. So in the case of having nothing, you still have time and good debt. Put them into use by improving your skills, studying and practicing what you have learned. Setback could be devastating, particularly for some folks who get their self-worth from things outside of them, such as material accumulation and status. I once spoke to an old friend when she was going through a tough time in her career, in a very high scale work and well paid. But the responsibility that attached to the current job she was doing at the time, she wasn't happy because she used to be a consultant and now became a associate. And even that, people that below her, she felt like they talked down at her. And this really affected her self-worth a lot. And she bitter. And what happened to her is that this bitterness now translates into a personal relationship between herself, her friends, her siblings, even some of her colleagues. And she didn't like it, but she can't control it because she let one temporary setback. And so I asked her, is there anything you can do to change the situation? She said, unless she do a particular exam. And she doesn't want to do it because she felt like she's above that, but she needs to do this exam so that this new environment, this employer could recognize the previous position she used to hold in a different country. So she was bitter for couple of months. So I would try to shift how she say it, rather than say it as a problem or say it as an opportunity, but it wasn't working. So I would now look at her that the income, the job that you currently pay you, that you are not happy, was the same income that paid for your lifestyle. Go diving, travel over the world, able to support people in the family that you wanted to, and it didn't work. But what worked at the end, after 2 years sucking, this person sat for an exam and she passed, and then she got what she wanted, and then she's happy. So sometimes it's our attitude to challenges that make challenges even more difficult for us to handle. Our bias, belief, and thinking could even make the difficulties that we're going through even more harder. The attachment we put on impermanent objects such as material, wealth, people, and expectations have made handling adversity even more challenging in many cases. Thomas Edison used refrain a lot to influence himself and improve his motivation despite the setback, such as seeing difficulty as an opportunity, while many people will have run away, but only few will confront it. And what you will notice is there was other strength. Every time we overcome one challenges or the other, we also have something I call compound interest. It's a compound virtues, compound habit that we also develop another positive habit from just the result of that alone. maybe we learn to be consistent and persistent. So in the future, when we now find ourselves in similar challenges or not so similar but it's challenges, we don't quickly or always throw the towel. We give it a try. We use our creativity, our imagination to make a way where there's no way. So, in the pivotal generation, great spiritual teachers and philosophers of the past had recommended a few tools that can be helpful today if you are keen to deploy it. Most especially Stoic philosophers in Europe used death as a meditation and reflection in handling adversity by acknowledging the impermanence of things. And it's true. If you live your life as if today is your last day, why will you be angry with anyone? Why will you keep malice or envy anybody? Why will you not try, knowing that the time you have here is limited? Why would you not want to live a meaningful life? That you want to live a life that, if it's only one person, that you put a smile into their face, you've done your part. So, because you realize the vulnerability of being you are, that you are here today, you could be gone tomorrow. And you have no idea whether you will be celebrating next birthday. But the world can make you feel like you are indestructible. That is illusion. I was walking one day with a very close friend of mine. So we walked through our houses. So she showed me one house and she said that one of her house, she showed me how she got the house. She said, my grandmother gave it to me on my mother's side. And then we keep on walking. And a few minutes later, there's an open land where you cannot build a house, but you can plant things there. And she said, oh, that land was given to me by my grandfather. There were two for our parents. And then we carry on. And she said, the house over there is belonged to my sister. And then we now back to our residential place, and I said, okay, this flat also belongs to you. So I look at her. At that time, she was single, and I look at her and I said, what will happen to all these houses when you are no longer here? The panic and fear that question arose in her wasn't what myself was expecting when I asked those questions. And the reason why I asked this question is she was somebody that always afraid of lost. So for that reason, she won't abort the plane. For that reason, she won't follow what she really dreamed or what she wished to do because of the perceived risk that she associated with it, because she cannot tolerate loss. And then she looked at me. I looked at her hand. Her hand was shaking for that question. And she said, I never thought of it. And that was the thing that changed this person's life. She went skating, learned to skating. She go more out for walking. She still don't use the plane as she would love to do, but she drives to different parts of the country. And she is taking a small step better than putting herself in hibernation and isolation for long. So, Stoic philosopher use death as a form of meditation and reflection in handling adversity. So by acknowledging the impermanence of things, that no matter what, friends, relationship, house, all of this could be gone anytime in your life. If you are so brutally attached to it, you're going to be suffer. But what you have is to appreciate those things when in your life right now, so you might be able to attract more of those into your life. Buddha encourages, so because of this, so impermanence of things, as a result, they develop resilience and tolerance with persistence. If you wanted to know, read more about Stoic philosophers, amount of adversities and devastating that they experience, and how they manage to overcome it, and as a result, they develop a resilience and tolerance for them. Because how do you develop a resilience when you've never been being pushed back? What you always do when you push back is to give up or run away. So there's no way you will develop your resilient side of you. Buddha encourages the attachment to free oneself from desire, which leads to suffering. How do we do it? It's a question I ask myself. I don't have the answer to that as well, but the great teacher, the great sage, explained how to do it. So learn and practice the attachment. So when you be grateful to what you have right now, you don't really attach into the expectation result you want tomorrow, because it may not come. So I'm coming toward the end of this podcast this week. And finally, a few steps will help us to improve our ability to overcome adversity. And as a result, create and improve other virtues in us, like being resilient, patient, and persistence with creativity. Consider careful preparation. Often take yourself from your comfort zone occasionally and train yourself for all weathers. So, like a marathon runner, when you are training for marathon, at a particular time in a year, it could be cold, it could be rain. If you only just train when it's warm alone, you are mixing the point. You got to expose your body to different weathers and train. So the same thing with our challenges. You got to create things for yourself. Make yourself so adaptable that you can become like a water, not rock, soft like a water, that you become more flexible in dealing with all these things. I think our personality also contribute to it a lot, but it's something that we can learn and embrace by taking the small steps. Are you the kind of person always afraid other people? Try and talk to one of them one day and you realize how much you have in common. Are you kind of person that you only just love your food and you never try any other culture food? Put yourself in a place where you'll be surprised what you will learn. You might even like it more than you thought. Educate and improve yourself, improve your skills in area you are lacking as a result of not being brought up or deficient in core skills of life, such as finance, relationship, and parenting. Enrich life with books of great men and women that have inspired you with their stories of setback and overcame. So just 23 minutes gone. I'm going to have to bring this podcast to the end. I hope this week podcast helps someone. And if you'd like to know more about this particular podcast, you can check it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Once again, I'm the anchor for this program this week. My name is Richard, and you can also send me an email at richard@lifeforlivingwell.com. I hope this message helps someone. Please keep safe and enjoy and have fun this week. May your week goes well. Thank you. See you soon. Bye. From everyone here from Life for Living Well, we say hasta luego, amigos. Thank you for your time this week. May your rest of the week be safe and loving. Please subscribe to our channel to keep it going. And you can find more information on our website by visiting www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Goodbye.